Welcome back to History Unveiled. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today, we're tackling a deeply significant and somber topic: the role of the Anglo-Jewish community in lobbying for Zionism during the Holocaust.
Last time, we discussed how the Anglo-Jewish community navigated their role within the Zionist movement. By the time the Holocaust began, Zionism had transformed from an alternative strategy into the dominant response to anti-Semitism.
Exactly. Jewish organizations rallied around Zionism, seeing it as not just a political movement, but a necessary lifeline amid the horrors unfolding in Europe.
But this shift also came with significant challenges.
As the Nazis rose to power, the perception of Zionism changed dramatically. Richard Bolchover noted that active Jewish participation in the British war effort reinforced the image of a modern secular Jew, garnering sympathy for Zionism during World War II.
That's a crucial point. The Board of Deputies, which had been a non-political entity, began to align itself with the World Jewish Congress, marking a significant shift towards a pro-Zionist stance. This change was symbolized by the appointment of Professor Selig Brodetsky as president in 1939.
However, it's important to note that for a significant period, the plight of Jews in occupied Europe took a back seat to the debate over Zionism. It wasn't until the genocide became undeniable that Jewish organizations shifted their focus.
Right, and even then, their responses were filtered through a Zionist lens. The urgency to rescue Jews in Europe was often tied to the fate of the Jewish community in Palestine.
David Ben-Gurion's remarks after Kristallnacht epitomized this viewpoint. He suggested that if saving children meant choosing between England and Palestine, he would opt for Palestine, emphasizing the historical significance of the Jewish homeland.
This perspective highlights a profound dilemma: the belief that only Zionism could save the Jewish people from extermination. This was exacerbated by the refusal of Western nations, particularly Britain and the USA, to accept Jewish refugees.
The Evian Conference in July 1938 illustrated this reluctance starkly. Delegates expressed sympathy for Jewish refugees, but failed to take meaningful action, citing economic constraints and immigration quotas.
Indeed, the Dominican Republic was one of the few countries willing to accept refugees, while most others remained closed off. This left the Zionist lobby in Britain with a pressing challenge: how to advocate for Jewish immigration into Palestine amid such resistance.
By 1943, the Zionist lobby began openly connecting the Holocaust to the need for unlimited Jewish immigration into Palestine. They argued that this was the only viable solution to the crisis.
However, Britain was hesitant, knowing that this would provoke resistance from the Palestinian population, who had already expressed their opposition to increased Jewish immigration.
One notable exception to Britain's restrictive policies was the Kindertransport operation, which rescued about 10,000 Jewish children from Nazi Europe. Tragically, their parents were left behind, often to face certain death.
This highlights the complexities of the situation. While some lives were saved, the broader response to the Holocaust was woefully inadequate. After the Bermuda Conference in 1943, the British delegation refused to link the atrocities with Jewish immigration into Palestine, much to the dismay of the Zionist lobby.
As we conclude today's episode, it's clear that the lobbying efforts of the Anglo-Jewish community during the Holocaust were fraught with moral dilemmas and political challenges.
Absolutely. The struggle to balance immediate humanitarian needs with long-term Zionist goals reveals the complexities of identity and survival during one of history's darkest periods. Join us next time as we continue to explore the intricate dynamics of Zionism and its lasting impact on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.